It's your sacred ritual, the smell that wakes you up, the first cup that promises you the energy to conquer the day, you and your coffee, your unbeatable power duo. So tell me, why, 30 minutes after the first sip, does your belly already start to show the first signs of bloating? If this question shocked you, decree your sovereignty now and subscribe to this channel, because in the next few minutes, I will show you the fatal error you make when drinking coffee daily. The truth is that your relationship with your most loyal ally could be the root cause of your chronically bloated belly. I am the sovereign of vitality. And in my journey of collapse and reconstruction, I discovered that the fault is not the coffee, but the strategy. In this decree, we will expose the 3 fatal errors you make in your morning ritual. And we will start with the first and most destructive of all, right now, drinking coffee on an empty stomach. The first mistake that turns your coffee into an enemy is the timing. The golden rule of a sovereign is this: coffee can never be the first thing to touch your system in the morning. When you wake up, your body is dehydrated and your stomach is empty. Drinking coffee, which is an acidic and diuretic substance, in this state is like pouring a chemical solvent into a delicate engine. You irritate your stomach lining and trigger your stress hormones, like cortisol. This cortisol spike not only increases your anxiety, but also gives the order for your body to store fat, especially in the belly. You are literally drinking a cup of bloating and fat storage, believing you are drinking energy. I lived this betrayal for years, until my body, collapsing with inflammation, showed me the truth. My morning energy was, in fact, a daily contract of stress and bloating. Your practical decree to correct this is the Morning Shield Protocol. It's a 2-step ritual you perform before even thinking about turning on the coffee maker. Step 1, deep hydration. The first thing to enter your mouth in the morning is a large glass of water. You are hydrating and preparing your system. Step 2, the protein coat. You never send your coffee into a naked stomach. Eat something rich in protein and fat first. Think of a handful of nuts, or your eggs. Only after shielding your system with water and this protective coat do you have permission to enjoy your cup of coffee. By doing this, you transform coffee from an aggressor into an ally. This first mistake, by itself, is a revolution. But there is a second mistake, one that is hidden inside your cup, that may be nullifying all your efforts to be healthy. And that is what we will unveil next. You've shielded your stomach, and now you drink your coffee after eating, feeling victorious. But there is a second mistake, disguised as pleasure and habit, that may be nullifying all your efforts. The enemy here is not the caffeine, it's the company it keeps inside your cup. I'm talking about sugar and artificial sweeteners. Your brain, addicted to quick rewards, has convinced you that coffee needs to be sweet. And every spoonful of sugar you add is an invitation to hormonal chaos and bloating. Sugar, as we already know, is the trigger for the glucose and insulin roller coaster, which generates inflammation. But zero-calorie sweeteners can be even worse. They trick your brain, promising a sweetness that never arrives. This confusion can disrupt your hunger hormones and, most seriously, destroy the good bacteria in your gut. When you consume sweeteners like aspartame or sucralose, you are, in practice, dropping a chemical bomb on your harmony party. The good bacteria, which protect you from bloating and inflammation, die. And who takes power? The chaos party, which thrives in this toxic environment, generating even more gas and discomfort. Your cup of coffee, which should be a moment of power, turns into a party for the worst bacteria in your system. And your belly pays the price, bloating in response to this internal rebellion. I remember a phase when I used sweetener in everything, believing it was the smart solution to not gain weight. What I got was chronic bloating that no doctor could explain and a craving for sweets that was even stronger than when I used regular sugar. I wasn't fooling my body. I was slowly poisoning it. Your practical decree is the Sovereign Coffee Protocol. The rule is to learn to appreciate coffee in its purest form, black. But I know what you're thinking. Sovereign, I can't. Black coffee is undrinkable. And here is the truth the industry hides from you. If your coffee needs sugar to be drinkable, the problem is not your palate. The problem is your coffee. Most of the coffee beans you find at the supermarket are over-roasted, almost burnt, to mask their low quality and standardize the flavor. That bitter, aggressive taste that offends you is not the taste of real coffee. It's the taste of burnt beans. Sugar, my dear, has always been the perfect mask for this crime against your palate. A sovereign's true turning point is to enter the world of curation. It's to look for specialty coffees with a lighter roast. When you taste a high-quality coffee, you discover it's not bitter. It has notes of chocolate, fruit, caramel. It doesn't need a mask. And if, even with an elite coffee, you want to elevate it, add allies, not enemies, a pinch of cinnamon, which helps regulate blood sugar, or a spoonful of coconut oil. From now on, you are no longer masking a bad taste. You are enhancing a taste that is already extraordinary. And I know your next question is, Sovereign, where do I find this coffee? To save you the research, I did my own curation. In the description and in the first pinned comment, I will leave the link to the specialty coffee brand that I use and trust myself. It is a single origin coffee with a perfect roast that will show you the true flavor this drink can have. Yes, this is an affiliate link, which means you support our empire at no extra cost to you. You've shielded your stomach with water, protected it with the protein coat, and purified your cup, elevating your coffee to an elite standard. But there is a third and final mistake, a combination you were taught to see as the perfect breakfast. That may be the true architect of your bloated belly. The mistake is the company you choose for your coffee. I'm talking about the classic duo, coffee with bread, or any other simple carbohydrate, like tapioca, toast, or morning cereals. Think about your digestive system in the morning. It's waking up, still slow. Coffee, by itself, is already a stimulant that speeds things up. Simple carbohydrates, in turn, are digested very quickly, fermenting easily. Putting the two together is like putting a Formula One driver and a tractor driver on the same track at the same time. The result is a chaotic traffic jam. This combination creates the perfect environment for fermentation in your gut. The bacteria of the chaos party have a feast with this quick sugar, producing gases that bloat your belly. Your morning bloating is not water retention. It is, literally, the result of an internal fermentation party that you sponsored yourself. To make matters worse, this duo completely disrupts your blood sugar for the rest of the day. The glucose spike from the bread, combined with the cortisol spike from the coffee, sets you up for an energy crash mid-morning and a fierce craving for more carbohydrates at lunch. You are not just bloating, you are programming your hunger and cravings for the next few hours. But the real battle here is against the autopilot. It's against the habit that tells you that breakfast is coffee with bread. Deconstructing this programming, understanding the triggers in your environment that lead you to this choice, and reprogramming the patterns of your mind. That is the complete war. For the sovereigns who want the map to win this internal war, I detail the system in my guide, The End of Self-Sabotage. The link is in the first pinned comment. Your practical decree is the Sovereign Morning Protocol. The rule is simple. Separate your pleasures. Your breakfast should be your anti-cortisol breakfast. Rich in protein and fat, without carbohydrates. The bread, the tapioca, they are not forbidden, but they belong to another time of your day. By separating coffee from carbohydrates in the morning, you are giving your system a clear and calm order. You are creating an environment of peace, not of chaos, in your gut, from the first hour of the day. Now that you know the 3 mistakes of your morning ritual, you have the power to transform your favorite drink into your greatest ally. If you are ready to stop being a hostage to morning bloating, decree in the comments, I command my morning. The decree is made. Your most loyal ally, your morning cup of coffee, has been unmasked not as a villain, but as a tool of power that you were using incorrectly. The fault for your bloating and anxiety was never the coffee, but the strategy. You now have the map. You have learned to shield your stomach, to purify your cup, and to separate your coffee from morning carbohydrates. You are no longer starting your day with an act of war against your biology, but with a decree of peace and power. The ultimate goal is not just to have less bloating. It is the freedom to enjoy your morning ritual feeling that it energizes you, and not that it costs you. It is the mental clarity to command your day without the afternoon brain fog. It is the peace of having a flat and calm belly, which reflects the order you are building inside. The decree is made. If you have decided to stop being a hostage to habits that do not serve you and become the commander of your morning, your journey begins now. Subscribing to this channel is your public declaration that you command your energy. Subscribe and activate notifications, because mastering your morning is what gives you the foundation. But what about when you already have the map? already know all the secrets, and yet you still don't follow the plan. The hardest battle is not against the lack of information. It is against our own inertia. In our next decree, we will have the conversation that no one dares to have. The topic is a decree for the woman who knows what to do, but still does nothing. Your empire needs this confrontation.